The sustainability of agriculture is very important as it provides the majority of the food for the world. All organisms thrive on food. There are many issues that revolve around the sustainability of agriculture and food. Some issues are based mainly on the fact that sustainability has a different meaning for different people. When trying to maintain an effective sustainability plan for agriculture, many factors must be considered. Factors include native vegetation, water use and its efficiency, salinity of dry lands, and soil acidity. Agriculture and food sustainability affects the environment, society, and the socio-economics of the world. There have been issues in the past whilst trying to maintain sustainability, but only to harm the agriculture and risk the potential food manufacturing businesses. The environment, economy, and society were all affected. Innovations have been attempted to be put into effect, including changing diet of society, more funding, and more eco-friendly methods of agriculture. But the debate for a sustainable future in agriculture and food still remains. Since the 1800s, industrial demand on agriculture has increased, as farm life has never been a simple task. It changed society from an agricultural-based one into an industrial one, where they combined the two societies together. They tried to make agriculture more efficient. New developments and innovations were invented by the 1930s to minimize labor, such as fossil fuels for motor tractors instead of animal labor, and electricity for extraction and synthesis of pesticides and fertilizers. These innovations improved yields and decreased the amount of agricultural labor by more than 50% by the 1950s. There was an incredible boom in the productivity of food due to certain innovations in agriculture, and the population of undernourished people worldwide was decreasing. Before the pesticide innovations, farmers relied solely on organic agriculture. A lot of the world's water is used in agriculture. The table shows the areas highlighted in green are used for agricultural purposes. In yellow is the water that is used in our homes, and in grey displays the water that is used in industries. However, it's not exactly the amount of water that concerns society today, but the fact that it is being contaminated by pesticides and fertilizers. This definitely raises major public health concerns for society and the environment. Water is being used at unsustainable rates due to pollutants that not only pollute water, but soil and air faster than they can all be restored. Society may be better off turning to organic agriculture without these pollutants. However, there has always been debate against eliminating such measures for irrigation as the world population increases, and the major concern is with food efficiency. Food wastage is a major concern in agriculture and food sustainability. It has been found that food is wasted in retail and consumption levels in wealthier countries, and for poorer countries, wastage occurs due to poor post-harvesting techniques such as processing, storage, and preservation. Poverty rates greatly affect poorer countries, and their populations are malnourished compared to other countries. This affects the demand on food, especially with the increasing food prices.
The United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization will hold an emergency meeting to discuss rising global food prices on Friday. Rising grain, meat, and sugar prices pose a threat to nearly 1 billion people who are undernourished. The FAO estimates that 925 million people are currently undernourished, a decline from more than 1 billion in 2009, but still higher than before the economic crisis of 2008-2009.
So what could be the sustainable methods for the future? Many people may be too stubborn in changing their habits of eating, and organic produce does tend to cost more than regular produce. Society has been urged to turn to organic agricultural methods as they will be able to save more water and conserve natural resources. However, the organic markets are competing with their much larger industrial markets, despite the fact that the smaller organic markets recycle almost everything from food that hasn't been consumed to feeding their produce with leftover food scraps. Organic agriculture has provided to be a healthy and sustainable option for society and is potentially cheaper to manage and will be more beneficial to the environment. Smaller organic agriculture and food markets aim to distribute themselves closer to consumers to minimize transport distance for waste to be effectively and efficiently recycled. They could potentially be able to grow food more locally, and hence prices should eventually decrease and become more affordable. The push for sustainable agriculture is extremely important as it affects society, the environment, and the socio-economics of the world. Many factors need to be considered in order to create a sustainability, including water availability, wastage, society's dietary needs, and the cost and effectiveness of sustainability plans. Organic agriculture seems like a pretty good method to be potentially beneficial and effective for future generations, but there are still debates. The main point of creating sustainability is to be able to indefinitely meet demands for food and fiber at socially acceptable economic and environmental costs.